Filmora acts a certain way by default, but if you want to change out how it behaves, you can go to File and then you can go to Preferences right here, and then you have some options that you can work around with. So over here there's 5 tabs, and the first one is General, where you can change your appearance and so forth from a light mode to dark mode and so forth. Over here you can let the software check for updates every week or every day or never or even every month. You can go around over here and enable and disable the message center and also the project library window at startup. So normally I like to have this turned off because I do not want to see it every time. So that's in the general preferences. But if you were to go to folders, then what you see over here are the folders where temporary files are saved out. So by default, it is actually saved in C drive. But if you want to select out certain other drives or certain other folders, then you can select that out from over here. You can also manage the effects pack and select the folder for that one right here. So now the other tab is editing, and this is where the default duration for different effects are kept. So by default, you can see that the photo duration is 5 seconds, but if you want to change it to 10 seconds, you can just go ahead and type it in right there. Well, I'm just going to go back and keep it in 5 seconds. You can also change that out into frames if you want to, and then work around with frames instead of seconds. That's like photo placement, the default photo placement, which is fit right now, but you can also change it to crop to fit or pan and zoom. And there's insert mode that you can work with, which you can split the select track and only insert, or split all the track and insert that out as well. So here's this little scissor button as well. So if you were to disable this, you don't see that in the cursor anymore. So depending on what you want, you can enable and disable different things right here. But I'm just going to enable that out right here. So I can also go around into save, and then here you can see that the project is automatically saved every 5 minutes, but you can change that to 1 minute or even 30 seconds. That is 30 minutes right here. And then over here, you can select the folder where you want those backups to be saved as well. And then you have the performance section where you can enable your graphics card for better performance. So I'm just going to enable the hardware acceleration, because if you do have a good graphics card, then this will really speed up your workflow. So over here, there's like different options like background render. So what background render does is that it helps you to render everything in background whenever you're working out, so that the playback is much more smoother. But this does take in a bit of system resources, so might slow down your system if there's less computer power that you have. So usually you turn this on if you want a smoother playback when you're editing. But I'm just going to turn this off in my case. And then you have an option to save out the temporary files as well, and choose the folder for where you want to save it. And over here, there's the proxy settings where you can automatically create proxies for different resolutions right here. Let's say, for example, if resolution is SD, you always want to create proxy, then you can just enable that out and select the proxy location as well. If you were to press clean, then it'll delete out the background render and the proxy file, depending on which clean button you click. And then over here, it says playback using latest render engine for better performance. And usually you do want to use the latest one because it performs better and faster. And those are the preferences provided to you in Filmora. So hope you guys learned something as always. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.